Hello and welcome back to the Fodder Gaming channel where I discuss AR and geolocation mobile games. And in today's video, we are talking about The Witcher Monster Slayer. That's right. It is a new release, as in like just a few hours ago. They kind of had a rocky launch, and we're not going to get into the specifics of all of that. Just know that there have been smoother launches, but that's neither here nor there. What we have is a really intriguing game. Now, I played this a while ago. I really enjoyed it. There wasn't a whole lot to it. It is apparently it's been completely polished now, so it should be a lot better, and there should be a lot more to do. But when I did it, it was very basic. You could do the first 3 levels of the quest, and then that was GG. But that has now been remedied. And what we're gonna do in today's video is we're gonna go through the first. I don't know, like the first quest. So if you don't like spoilers, if you want all of this to be new to you, all you need to know is The Witcher Monster Slayer. It is out, iOS and Android, global launch. Go download it and check it out for yourself, and then come back here and see what you think of it. And if you are struggling with battling, I did a video quite a while ago, but the mechanics of the battling are still the same. I will put a link. Actually, I think the links go here. So I'll put a link there, and you can check that out if you want, but do the tutorial and you should be pretty good to go. And since this is a new game, there are going to be a lot of questions about how do I fill in the blank, and we will get into all that. Not today. That would be a crazy long video. What we're going to do is a couple of things that I do want to let you know, and then we're just going to kind of go through the first 2 or 3 levels of the first quest. I think that sounds good, right? The first couple things that you need to know, if you haven't already downloaded the game, do it. If you think that you might ever play this game, go ahead and download it now, because they're giving you a free gift, a free sword, as long as you log in within the first week of the game's launch, which is currently. So go ahead and do that. Also, another bit of information that I want to tell you before I go into the mission here, the quest. Actually, I have 2 things that I want to tell you before I go into this. This is not a game that you can play on your couch. Like, I know I'm sitting here in my little office studio, and I'm going to have to leave this in order to show you stuff. And there is a spawn here. Yes, you may get a spawn occasionally, but as you'll find out in a minute, I cannot progress in the story anymore until I actually get outside. So if you're looking for a game that is an AR game that you can kind of play on your couch, this isn't going to be a good fit for you. Now, there are some things that you can do, like you can brew potions and oils and things of that nature, but for the most part, this is not going to be a sit at home and play type of game. And the other thing that I want to briefly touch on before I get into this is be careful the decisions that you make in this game, because you are on a quest. Like, you have quests, you have missions, and the way you respond and the path that you choose is going to be unique to you. And you cannot undo it without restarting the whole game. There is no, I should have chose something different. Can I go back? There's no. You go back to square one if you want to do that, and you restart the entire game, which I don't think anybody wants to do, even on day one. I don't want to do that, although I haven't made any really difficult decisions. So be careful. Think about your response when you have the option. So that is the last of the spoilers that I'm going to give you. Now, one thing that is pretty cool is you will see up here in my upper right hand corner, it says track down the monster that has taken Thorstein's horse. Well, who the heck is Thorstein? Well, we have ways to find this thing out, because I've already done like the very first little part 1 of the first quest. Now, you are going to do, when you first log in, you'll have the final exam. You can practice. All you have to do is be a creature, and you will be given the option to practice and learn before you do that. Just as a heads up, it's not difficult, but if you haven't played this game before, make sure you know what you're doing, because it's a little, there are some nuances to this. So what we're going to do is the active quest that I'm on is Winged Bandit, and I'm going to replay the opening sequence of this for you, so you know that who Thorstein is and what it is that I'm going to be doing in just a few minutes when I go out into the real world. So like I said, you're not going to be able to play this from sitting at home, but I will tell you, I'm going to back out of this for a second. You see this little yellow arrow pointing in a direction? That tells me the direction, the general direction of my next quest. And if I scroll around here, like, you don't see this on my map anywhere. So you're going to run into a situation sometimes where the next part of your quest spawns somewhere that you don't have access to. So if you go into your journal down here, in the way that I did that is I just pushed on this up arrow in the middle, and then I went to journal, and then the active quest that I'm on, you will see that you can relocate your quest. Now, if you're too close to it, it's not going to let you relocate it. But if for some reason, say you're on vacation, you start your quest and then something happens and you leave, then you get too far away, you can relocate it. Or if you start your quest, say you started at home and it relocates into someone's backyard, well, you definitely don't want to be hopping fences and going into someone's backyard in order to complete a quest. So you may have to actually physically move yourself a little bit further away in order to be able to relocate that quest to be somewhere that you can actually access. So now that you know how that is, and there's the relocate button right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replay. You will see here in the journal there is the play button there. I'm going to replay the opening sequence, and this is your last chance. Spoilers are about to happen. If you don't want spoilers, we'll catch you in the next video. If you want to be here for this, here we go.
When the Witcher emerged from the woods, his eyes beheld a most curious sight. A wild assortment of papers, books, boxes, and garments laying on the ground. And sitting in the middle of it all, a clearly pained and muddled young man, dressed in the Skellige fashion. The Witcher sighed and stepped towards him.
After that happens, you're going to go through a little bit of a sequence to find out who Thorstein is. He's the merchant, and he has no goods. So basically, a flying monster carried off with his horse and bags. Knocked him off, carried it off. So that is going to set you off on your quest. And I really love, like, those cutscenes are so well done, and as far as I know, they continue throughout all of these quests. But that is where we are. We are going to try to track down the monster that has taken Thorstein's horse. Since I'm here and since I have a monster, I'm going to go ahead and battle. I'm not going. It's just super easy. You have a sword, you have potions, you have a bomb, you have oil. You can fight. You can either fill in these potions, bombs, and oils yourself, or you can let the AI choose. I'm going to do none of that. We're just going to jump straight into fighting, and it's just using your finger. Now you're gonna look a fool if you're standing out. And whoa, hold on. There's my fast attack. Dodge that. Let's get this. Ooh. Like, and this is a baby too. Like, this is beginner's level here. And I barely got that thing knocked out. There is a little bit of a learning curve, so make sure that you do take advantage of the tutorial on how to battle. Okay, so that is going to do it from the confines of the studio. Whenever I see you again, I will be out looking for a monster. One other thing that I forgot to mention is the soundtrack that goes with this game. Absolutely phenomenal. It is so good. In fact, if you're not accustomed to playing games with the sound on, I highly encourage you to at least give it a try, because it really sets the mood or the tone for this particular game. Now, I have relocated. I'm at a park, so I'm not in my neighborhood anymore, because honestly, going into my neighbor's backyard, they already think I'm kind of creepy. That would be even more creepy, and I didn't feel like getting the cops called on me today. Maybe another day, but not today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my journal, and if you look at this, you will see that I'm now far enough away, and I'm probably 3/4 of a mile, but that's just because I wanted to go somewhere where I had wide open spaces here. But I'm going to relocate my quest, and there. Now you can see there's a big yellow circle, and it tells me that my quest is located somewhere within that circle. Now, when you're first starting off, I would highly suggest not trying to battle this two skull creature. You see a couple two skulls, you see a one skull. We'll go into all of that later. But for now, when you're just starting out, I would stick to the no skulls unless you have a lot of aids to help you, like potions or oils, and then you can go after the one skull. Other than that, get some experience, figure out what you're doing before you get demolished by the two skulls. All right, so now that I know my quest is somewhere close by, I'm gonna head that direction and see if I can hunt this thing down. And as you can see, we've made it over to the second part of the first quest, and the big yellow circle that you saw, as I started getting closer, like when I got to the boundary, it would shrink and kind of relocate to help guide you in the correct direction of where you needed to be, which led me to where we are now. I'm examining the horse's head. Now the way you can do it, you can see it on the screen there. It tells you just to kind of swipe over. Horse's head must be Jorgen, Thorstein's horse, or more precisely its head. Too bad. It was a handsome beast. Let's take a closer look at it. Continue. The site of decapitation, multiple blows. From a beak, monster must have decided to peck off the least nourishing part. And what you're gonna do, what is that noise? Oh, I was gonna say what you do is you tap on the different areas that are flashing there, but so now I have a choice here. I can either continue or I can pull out basic bombs just in case. Since we don't know what we're doing, we're gonna be prepared. We're gonna pull out some bombs just in case. All right, wound deep, ragged, dealt by long hooked talons. Right, let's sum it up. A flying monster with a beak and razor sharp talons, a griffin. And a ghoul? One? No, seems like two. Time to draw my sword. Oh, and here we go. We are thrust into battle here. Now this creature, I can tell you, just whooped me.
Are you all right? That ghoul knocked you good, didn't he? Even I felt it. Luckily, you gave him a good beating first. He ran off in a puff of dust.
I got whooped. That wasn't a ghoul, and yes, I'm fine.
And about that griffin, I believe I've got just the thing for that.
So I can either take it and then ask, where'd you get witcher oil? Or I can take it and say, hybrid oil. Nice equipment you have there. This will be useful, thanks. I don't know. What do we do? What decision do we make here? We'll just go with the top one.
Trade secret.
So be it. This will be useful, thanks.
At your service.
Let's go. So now you can see I have another part of this quest, and it looks like I need to go back to that which I came, and we are tracking down a griffin this time. And a bit of advice, make sure you know which direction you are going whenever you're looking for this. I went over there, and see what happened was I ended up in a neighborhood once again, even though I started in a park, and I went the wrong direction. But we are here now, and it is time to kill the griffin. You'll know which creature on the map is part of your quest, because it will have the gold outline and then the gold question mark above it. I highly encourage you to use any potions, any oils, or any bombs, whatever that you may have, in order to take this thing out. Although I honestly don't think it's going to be that difficult, because it is just phase 1. I'm just going to choose auto. I don't want the special offer. I don't have the recommended items, so we're going to just make do with what we have. And all right, so just very briefly across the top here, fast attack is what it is vulnerable to. Steel, which I have a steel sword, fire, and then kinetic damage. So doing fast attacks is what you're going to want to do here. And here we go. Let's make sure the tip of my finger here is not Try to parry that. Then we're gonna go with the kinetic there. Try to parry that. Not. We're kind of getting whooped here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Woo! That was close. I actually think.
That was.
Hold on.
Seems all the crucial bits are here. Just one thing.
And then I say, what are you looking for?
Here it is. Oh, what a relief.
And my payments. I gotta get paid.
Here you go.
Going to take the pouch.
And I've something even better too. A map of treasure. Huh? See for yourself.
All right, I'm definitely interested in a map of treasure.
Let me know when you've had a proper look. I have an offer you can't refuse.
Ooh, an offer that I can't refuse. Interesting.
The Witcher made quick work of the Griffin, and soon reunited the young merchant with his wares. The Thorstein didn't think twice before offering the Witcher a new adventure. A hunt for a mysterious treasure. The Witcher decided to think about this proposal.
And there's my trophy for defeating the Griffin. Every time you defeat a new creature for the first time, you get the, like, the taxidermy trophy, but I don't know what it's actually called. My quest is complete. The Winged Bandit is done. 250 XP and then 45 gold. A new quest has been added to your journal. So before, when I played this, that was the end of it. There was nothing else other than just defeating monsters. But now that the game is live worldwide, we have another adventure to go on. But for this video, that is where the adventure stops. Now today, when I was going through all this, I skipped over all the monsters and the beasts and everything that were on the way between my different stops. And I will tell you, there is a lot of transversing going from point A to point B, all the way back over to point C somewhere. And so it is meant and designed to be that way so that you encounter more monsters during your quest. If the different quest, like chapters or the different quest tasks were all just right next to each other, then you would never run into other monsters, and that's how you level up and then build things, build your arsenal, get more coins, everything of that nature. That's how you level up in the game. And so there are good things and there are bad things about having to traverse a lot of area. But as you can see, just from this little bitty first video, you can see how you can't do this sitting on your couch or even at home. You are going to have to be mobile in order to really get the most out of this game, or really get anything out of the game. Now, if you do want more information on the Witcher Monster Slayer, I have a new and improved Discord. There will be a link down in the description below where you can talk with other Witchers about their quest, what items work. We have some research going on, and within that research there are some hints and tips that I did not share with you in this video. So if you want to get a little bit of extra, make sure you check out the Discord. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed because you're new to the channel and you're interested in The Witcher, I will be incorporating this with the other games that I play. Currently, Jurassic World Alive and The Witcher. Transformers is on the horizon, still enjoying that one quite a bit. But there's a little bit of something for everybody. But for this video, that is all that I've got. So until next time.